Hello and welcome to another Working Wednesday stream. I'm Mercy from HereThereBeMonsters. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is the 26th of March of 2025, and I'm going to be working on some stuff for our Dungeons and Dragons campaign, but you're welcome to join me for some body doubling or some company or whatever you need to work on your own projects, whether that's GM related or just cleaning up your house. I'll be here for about 2 hours. So we've got an hour on the clock, a 5-minute break, and then an hour on the clock. Excuse me. A few bits of news. So we do these streams pretty much every Wednesday and also about every other Thursday. That being said, we have a big event coming up in our community. The 4th of April, 2025 is going to be the beginning of our Twitch 7-year anniversary subathon. So in preparation for that, I'm not totally sure if we'll be on for these Working Wednesday streams on YouTube on the 2nd or the 9th, actually, because we may very well still be live. Although we start on the 4th, we may still be live streaming on Twitch on the 9th. So I will try. I am going to try to plan to do a Working Wednesday stream on the 2nd. But stay tuned for more info, I guess. We'll do a community post with a schedule when we've got one. Let's see. That's our big thing. We are almost caught up on our D&D session videos. We've got our Ren Chronicles episode. I believe it's 8. It might be 9. That should be going up here on YouTube on Friday the 28th, so this Friday. And then the most recent
YouTube stream is now live.
Cheers, Lumia. Thank you. So the most recent Chronicles episode will go up this Friday, the 28th, and the most recent Kingdom episode will go up sometime next week. I'm not totally sure when. Somewhere between Monday and Friday of next week, the 31st and the 4th. So I think that's it for news. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the show. Good luck on your projects if you're working on anything alongside us. And I'm going to get to it. I think that's it for news for me. The very first thing I need to do is actually kind of meta. It occurred to me that it might be kind of fun to have something to mark off our things as we get them done so people can kind of see how we're doing on our projects for the day. So I think I'm just going to try and find like a checkmark graphic. And we'll do that real fast. Holy cow. I think I got muted in time, but if not, I apologize to your eardrums. I've also, sorry, having some issues recently with my eye kind of twitching. Kind of rest it and stretch it really quickly. I think it is super dry. I do have some eye drops that we'll put in it here in a little bit if it keeps doing that. All right, check mark. I just want, oh my gosh, why is this so complicated? I just want a little check mark graphic. Sure, this will work. Save this to the YouTube live stream. Not really live stream thumbnails though. 20 check marks. Honestly, I think check mark number 1 will do just fine. I feel like it should be... I feel like it should be green, though, yeah? Color overlay. Free app updates available because of freaking course I do. Adobe is so annoying sometimes. I don't think we're going to put a stroke on it. It'll just be the green check mark, I think. Going to export. HTBM. YouTube. Mark 01 green. Save. We'll get into the actual D&D part of the work here in just a moment. But I had this idea kind of last minute, and I think it'll just be a little thing that will make the show a little better. So let's see, how do I want to do this? I want to go to this one, and we're going to go to layers. Now we're going to add static image. Upload an image. Select. Pretty big. This is going to be way too big. Oh, God. Well, I don't know. I guess it's not awful. What if we layer it under the text? And then did like that. That's not bad. Still a little too big. Hello, Lily. How are you? Maybe we do it like this. I don't think I like it overlapping. I tried. I think we just do it like this. We've already got kind of some space. Gosh dang it. I don't know what's going on with my throat. We've already kind of got some space down at the bottom of the screen here anyway. I don't love that either, though. Okay, I think something like that's a good compromise. All right. We will duplicate as necessary. Probably 4 of them should be enough. Not the best. I'm sorry to hear that. Stayed home today. I got a hold of a cold that's going around the school system. Dang it. I'm sorry to hear that, Lily. I hope your recovery is speedy and your symptoms are mild. I'm also going to make a couple notes here. All right, I already have my Trello open. Special events. Crap, what was it going to be? There were two things, and one of them I already had in my to-do list, which distracted me, so then I forgot the other one. Oh. Hopefully it comes back to me. You really did rest? I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. I feel like that last session was pretty straightforward as far as XP goes. I don't think there's anything in particular we need to call out other than the session XP and the one obvious thing. There we go. Sometimes I have a lot of thinking to do, especially if it's been a while between the session and when we're noting the session's XP. But this one was, I think, pretty straightforward. Now, that being said, I don't think I've pinged my players yet. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. Computer was acting like it was crashing, but it didn't, thankfully. I don't think I've pinged my players yet about their April availability. And it's almost April, believe it or not. Now, we do know ahead of time for several folks. Amras and Dr. Huge Time both know their availability in advance. It looks like F. If we get to play with Dr. Huge Time in April, it's probably only going to be for a partial session. We'd have to really push to start on time. So Dr. Huge Time being a firefighter now, I don't know exactly what his schedule is, but he essentially works like 96 hours on, 72 hours off. Something like that. So he's like on 4 days, off 3 days. So the way that his availability lines up is he's not available for the 3rd or 4th Saturdays of April. The first Saturday of April is day 2 of our subathon, which probably not the best time to stick in a session. And April 12th, he has to leave by 6 p.m. So first Saturday, we'll be subathoning. Second Saturday, he can only be there for half a session. Third Saturday, he can't be there. Fourth Saturday, he can't be there. Also, the second Saturday is one of the ones that Amras said he's unavailable. / would have to be late. So that's unfortunate. I think honestly, though, with Dr. Huge Time's alternating schedule and Amras's alternating schedule, I think it's actually going to be pretty rare that we have all 5 of us, which is unfortunate. But I think 4 is probably going to be our average, which is a bummer. Hello, Shalendor. Your character saw God in the game yesterday. You rolled a 20 on your perception check, which gave you a 42. That's awesome. What were you trying to see? Hey, Cyber Sloth. Good to see you. How you doing? Yeah, that's unfortunate. All right. Well. Get that out there. We just finished assigning XP for last session of our campaign, and I just pinged our player group about their availability for next session. I feel like those still need to be smaller, don't they? I think it's the size that's like off-putting to me. That's 125. What if we go to 75 and 75? That feels too small. Okay, maybe 100 then. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Hey, T-Bomb, exactly. We were actually, Rocket and I were looking at my Dota stats the other day. I guess this was just yesterday. And we were looking at our most played heroes. No, maybe this was 2 days ago. Whatever, recently. And my most played hero is a nuking support named Lion. And I didn't know, I honestly legitimately did not realize this until just the other day. But I haven't played Lion very much recently because I haven't been liking. Dang it! What is going on? I guess spring allergies or something. I haven't been liking the way that he's been rebalanced in the meta recently, so I haven't really touched him. And so I went and looked. I just told Dota to sort like what are my most played heroes, and Lion is my most played hero with exactly 420 games. I had no idea. How's your week going so far, Cybersloth? Good to see you again. Hello there, temp viewer. We do mostly stream on Twitch, yes, but I stream on YouTube once or twice a week. How are you? So we kind of have good news, which is part of the reason why we're going to be able to work on some other projects during this working stream and maybe even the next one or two. Is I way over prepped for last session, and I'm probably prepped for the next 2 sessions already also. So woo. So we can work on some kind of ancillary stuff like fleshing out the Church of Bana and writing some fortunes for our players in case they go back to the fortune teller and whatnot. You are the best. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Just working as per the norm. Ended up doing a one-shot last weekend due to 2 players not showing up. I'm sorry they didn't show up, but I hope you had a fun one-shot anyway. should this next episode be called? Oh, I know, actually. Prepped until the... Well, yeah, prepped as far as it can be prepped. Right, Looney? Bonus RimWorld stream. I really actually do want to fit RimWorld in a second time per week. I really enjoy it. There's a part of me that's been flip-flopping, you know, since we added the... We went from just Wednesdays for these YouTube streams to Wednesdays and every other Thursdays. There's a part of me that really wants to move the daytime Thursdays back to Twitch and do RimWorld for those. Oh god, I just deleted the wrong thing. Undo. This is not... I am sorry, T-Bomb. Well, more accurately, when you stream World, she doesn't care if you play. I've said it before. I will say it again. We, of course, are super, super, super appreciative of all of you guys' support. And if it's like mostly a meme and not really a problem, then have at. But at the same time, we certainly don't want to be the center of any actual issues. They only made it through 3 rooms of Dungeon Crawl. Yeah. It really is tough. Like, speeding up combat in D&D is so much about little things, right? Like roll your damage with your hits. Plan your actions in advance. You know, whatever. Look up the effects of your spell before you cast it. Like, and any one of those things that doesn't get done optimally is like, fine, it's not that big of a deal. But it's the attrition of like all of that stuff. It just is so hard to do D&D combat quickly. You balance it out by making even larger and dumber purchases, then she forgets about... I mean, to be fair, you've had some pretty smart short-term investments recently. Let's make sure that I actually did save a copy of this for session 37. Yes, I did, before I start deleting things in session 36. Yeah, exactly. Oof. Well, you know, you might be able to get back in some good graces by flipping some of those. Okay, there we go. Session 36 notes. I guess I didn't have that on the to-do list per se, but session 36 notes are now clean. Let's start on session 37 notes. Combat wasn't an issue. They were... Oh, got it. Oh, nice, T-Bomb. Okay. Yeah, I still have some Orcish Bowmasters that I need to sell. It's a combination of I've never sold on TCG Player before, so I just like the barrier to entry of sitting down and figuring out how to set up that account I haven't taken care of yet. And then also, every time I look at it and I see that they're like on the up and up, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'll do that soon. And then I put off setting up my seller account for like a week, and then I go back and check it, and they've dropped like 25% again, and I'm like, God dang it! And that's repeated itself about 3 times in the last year and a half. I did miss one little flavor thing that I meant to drop during last session. I wonder if I can probably just work that into the intro, huh? We'll do that. The drow ran away after your oracle destroyed the rapiers. Wait a minute. I feel like I missed one. No? Ran away after your oracle destroyed the rapiers, crossbows. Oh, no, I just stopped reading too early. And armor of 3 of the forged rally. Dang, nice. What are some clever tricks and traps that you guys have used to strain player resources? I'll be honest with you. I don't do a ton of dungeon crawling. So I'm probably not going to be as much help there as I would like to be able to be. Excuse me. Of course, weight-based traps are an easy way around the 10-foot pole thing. Where the mechanism only triggers with, you know, whatever, 2 medium-sized creatures worth of weight on it or something like that. Oh, this is so cool. I just realized the way that some stuff is going to line up probably next session. That's freaking awesome. That being said, Cyber Sloth, I think also I'm a big fan of skill challenges for things like traps. Or at least, like, you know, let the rogue try, and then if the rogue fails, then it becomes a skill challenge type thing. So that way it's a little bit more dynamic. Temp Viewer, could you be an NPC in the next episode or campaign? You know what? You actually totally can. I'll explain more in a second. Wait a minute. This is Tony. That's amazing. But no, seriously, you actually can. I'll explain in a second. You made a trick. It's an illusion of a dying woman to be. Ooh, I like that. I like that. The only place you're not Alcaro. I like Temp Viewer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It really captures the essence of Alcaro. But no, seriously, we have a thing. Hold on. For anybody who hasn't heard about this, called the Townsfolk. So anybody in our community can make NPCs that live in our world. So it's pretty simple. You do it. You can do it live with a GM if you want to, but you can also just do it through a Google form. You choose some basic personality traits. This NPC actually featured in the most recent episode in the Kingdom of Rin. This is, I'm actually not sure how to pronounce it, if it's Zira or Zyra, which I meant to ask about before the session, and then I didn't, and I kept stumbling over her name. But anyway, she owns a restaurant, the name of which is escaping me at the moment. And she lives in the town of Capstone in Rin, and the players just went to her restaurant last session. So we really stripped down the characters to kind of the basic, like a couple of basic stats and a couple of basic decisions. We want it to be really light and easy to run. And so it takes maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes at most to set up, to fill out the Google form. And then once per month, you get to make a profit roll for your business and to see how kind of things are going for the month and do a little bit of light role play. So there are more of them, but this is just a few. So if you'd like to do that, all you have to do is hop in our Discord, discord.gg/HereThereBeMonsters, link in the chat, and go to the Townsfolk channel, and you'll find all the info you need there. Yeah, that's a Cybersloth. I love that idea. That's really good. I mean, you could even have not a trap per se, but you could even have like an evil enemy that can shape change, or or cast illusion or whatever, that the party damages, and then it escapes and goes deeper into the dungeon and sets itself up as a victim, and then the party shows up and uses their own healing resources on it. I can't believe I just now am realizing how some of our random encounter stuff is going to line up for next session. That's super exciting. Let's go ahead and stat out this dire puma, though. I guess I didn't mean to say what it was, but that's fine. Just in case we end up needing a stat block. Let me grab my dice bag real fast. All right. Need some D8s. Some dates. Here's one. Speaking of which, actually, for those of you that like D&D, during our 7th anniversary subathon on twitch.tv/HereThereBeMonsters starting April 4th at 6 p.m. Pacific, we are going to be giving away some of our old dice as prizes. So if you like D&D, you can have some, you can win some of Mercy's cursed dice. Actually crazy how often the averages actually work out for things. Some dice things to win. I see what you did there. All right. Now I need to look up a creature that was summoned last session. Let's see how much damage that does. That's... Oh, I bet it's pest control. My doorbell just rang. I will be right back. Dude's going over to buy lemonade from the little girls across the street. They're doing a lemonade stand right now, so I don't think he actually needs to talk to me. I think he was just letting me know he's here. If he rings the doorbell again, I'll get up. Sometimes they just write themselves. It's true. It's true. Hey, Temp Viewer 12345, did you get the rest that you needed last night, I hope? More than you would have if you gone with the group, so it was good. Fair enough. Fell asleep watching the avalanche. Ah. I'm a little bummed that we didn't get to have whoops all druids, but I'm glad you got some extra rest. How'd it go? Overall, well. We were there for a little over, well, probably right about 3 hours, probably by the time we got situated. I used 1 XP pot, and I got 28% of 51 into 52, and then about 40% of 52 into 53. I got like 70% of a level, with most of which being in the higher XP bracket with only 1 potion. XP was good. No major drops or anything. We got 1 Tolan's Darkwood Bracer. I don't actually know what happened with that. And then split was, I think, around 300. There were 2 deaths. One was Ben's Enchanter got just absolutely blown up by a hasted Bach Knight before any of us could do anything. The other one was kind of a combination of misplays on everybody's behalf. As we were getting down right near the end of the stream, Murdy's Shadow Knight died, which is a little unfortunate. Hey, riddle me this. El Caro and or anybody else in chat is welcome to chime in. I need to roll concealment for 2 attacks. So the first 2 responses that I see will be what I'll use. Should high hit or should low hit? And yeah, XP was quite good. Low. Shotty got low. All right. So lows hit. That means that we don't. And I'm not going to tell you what the outcome is. You'll find out during the next session. But that means if I roll 80 or higher, then the attack misses due to the concealment. So low hits between 0 or between 1 and 80. I play a dangerous Tony right now, killing on Loyo, but Freeport bound. Good luck. All right, there's 1. And there's 2. Awesome. Okay. That is prepped out now. Hello, Reading Squirrel. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Where do we start off session 36? This is actually... I guess I still kind of include that stuff as being in the evening of the night before, but... There we go. How's it going today? Doing all right. I'm a little behind. No, on stream, I'm actually doing pretty good on what I wanted to get done because the session 37 notes / a teeny bit of prep that we had, is probably one of the 2 longer things that we needed to do today, and we're not even to break time yet. So in stream, I'm feeling pretty good about what we're getting done. Outside of stream, I'm a little behind on what I wanted to get done today. But I'm doing all right. I think while I'm at it, I should just go ahead and write the intro for next session, right? That was not explicitly on my plan for today, but I think I should do that. Yeah, thank you. I mean, of course, I'm a little stressed, but I think as long as I'm focused this evening, I think I'll be able to finish everything today that I wanted to. It's gonna take later into the day than I was hoping, but I think I can still get everything done. It's kind of the crunch before the crunch with the subathon coming up. There's a lot of things that need to get done before the subathon. So that's what this week is. This week is getting the things done, so our plate is relatively clear for the next couple weeks. Next week, then, is the crunch of actually prepping the event. Plans often change for the DM. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. In table games, I'm actually much more of an improv person, but there's enough more going on during on-stream sessions that I like having at least some structure planned because of all the extra distractions of streaming. Timber and Tides, by the way. Timber and Tides was the name of Zira or Zyra's business that we were talking about earlier. I knew that it was like kind of a take on surf and turf, but I couldn't think of the term that I wanted. But Zyra's restaurant that we were talking about a little bit ago. That was a fun little scene, though. Hello, Kale. How are you? Working on writing the intro script for next session. Man, my computer's been really weird about opening Discord ever since the patch. I think some of the problem might have been the patcher for Adobe Creative Cloud. So I've gotten that out of the way. Wait a minute. You must adventure for food. We have good DM prep stream. Be excellent to yourself. And stressing is a bad thing. Remember, breathe in slow. Yeah, legitimately. Like sometimes, and I know you don't mean it that way, but sometimes people say that kind of flippantly. But a few deep breaths goes such a long way to helping with anxiety. Thank you for being here, sir. If you haven't had a chance to yet, if you wouldn't mind hitting the live stream with a like before you take off, it's a good, easy, free way to tell YouTube that they should show what we're doing to more people. And I hope you have a good meal and a good rest of your day. Man, what's a good name for people in a caravan? Like caravanners, I guess. But is there anything else? Like troop? Uh... Caravanners sounds good. Okay. How am I doing on time? Okay. This will actually be perfect timing, I think. I'll get the intro script written for first draft. We'll do which will probably take me 2 more minutes. Then I'll do a second read through and edit it, and then it should be right about break time. Yeah, I know, and that's what I was hung up on, temp viewer. I think otherwise it's fine, but it does have kind of a modern connotation to it. That was why I was debating if we could think of anything else. Okay, I have to resist the urge. So I'm an editor by nature, not a writer. And that is really, really hard for me when I'm doing creative writing because I want to go back and tweak stuff. It's hard for me to just get stuff out on the page and then go back later and edit it. I want to keep tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it. So I need to tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it back. Fireball. So I need to push forward and keep writing. Settlers? The problem is there are some settlers, but they're not all settlers. There are some laborers, some settlers, and some, like, guardsmen. Ooh, I need to double check something. I guess it's going to take me slightly longer because I need to fact check something before I write it in here and have it be wrong. Looks like, yeah, 5 and 6. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I wonder if ChatGPT will have any suggestions. I'll look here in a minute before we go to break, unless anybody else has a chance to. I feel like I'm probably being a little bit too granular in this intro, but we can deal with that part in editing. Wayfarers. I think it's too abstract. Not a bad idea, but I feel like it starts to lose context. Or like without context, it feels disconnected. I don't know. I can't word my thoughts exactly right now. I'm trying to think of how Alendite worded exactly what he offered them. Yeah, this took longer than I thought, but I am almost done, at least with first draft. Mm-hmm. Time is, it's only just barely 3:30. We're good, we're good. I want to be done no later than like 4:45, so. Let's see, who was on watch with Rouge? No. It was Gabosh and Bahir were on watch. Druge, Alendite, and Rubato were asleep. Okay. That is done and certainly overly wordy, but I don't think I want to try and edit that right now. I'll edit that before the session, because if I delete anything right now, like I've already took the time to write it, right? So I'm gonna want to grab what I've written and set it aside in a separate file for use in our summary videos. The plan is to start doing kind of like every either X number of sessions or at the completion of every arc, or I don't know exactly when yet, but to start doing a catch-up series, because one of the problems with watching D&D is unless you start, pretty near the beginning, there's kind of this like mental pressure to like, well, I don't know what's going on, and I don't necessarily want spoilers, so I need to go back and start from the beginning, but also that can be really daunting, and so maybe I just won't. Like that's a common problem with D&D actual play. So I think having a like catch-up series where we kind of summarize what has happened, it gives us an opportunity to kind of work around that. So I'm going to keep what I've written for script right here, because some of it might be useful for our catch-up videos, even if I don't use it specifically in the intro of next session. Exactly, Temp. Hello, Stardust. You set up your stuff to sew your jacket and finish your curtains instead. Hey, at least you finished the thing. Yeah, we do a recap every episode, but of course that's only helpful for what happened in the previous episode. And now that we're getting up into the high 30s for episode count, there's a lot that's being left out if you only get the one previous episode. So I think a catch-up series will be good. Got to figure out how we're going to structure that, but I think it'll be good. It's in I Did a Thing. Nice. I'm just about to take my stretch break. Well, let me look at it real fast before I get up. Oh, that's a really pretty fabric. I like that. Cool. All right. I also need to change because it's getting hot. It's supposed to be 82 here today. Yeah, it's up to 74 so far. This is actually even though it's long sleeve, this is actually a super light fabric, so this is fine. But I have sweats on for my bottoms, and it's too hot. So we're gonna take about a 5-minute stretch break here. I'm gonna get some water since I've finished my stamina potion, and so water, change out of sweats, and I'll do a Pokemon Go battle. When we get back, I will let you know how the Pokemon Go battle went, and we'll get into the second half of the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out here and supporting. If you need to go and you're going to take this opportunity to head out, have a great rest of your day and good luck on your projects. If you're going to rejoin me, like I said, I'll be back in 5-ish. I have to update the timer first, but I'll be up in a moment. Break starts, break ends, countdown, settings, 5 minutes. There we are. I'll see you in a few. Hi. I'm sorry. I promise I have not forgotten you. I did end up having to talk to the pest control person. Almost back. I just need my water. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Thanks for hanging out. 5-minute break turns to 10-minute break. What's that emote from, Amras? What the heck? Also, I did win. All right. We finished up our session 36 stuff. We finished up our session 37, which is next session stuff. Fortunes or Church of Banah stuff. I feel like I kind of want to do fortunes first. I know it's like out of order, but the order there is super arbitrary. Writing fortunes for player characters is fun. And I already have one that needs to get pasted into the fortunes folder anyway. Oh God, where did I save that? Probably here. Found it. Okay. Bear is the best streamer. It's true. I can't even hold a candle to it. Your headsets have officially crapped out. They keep connecting and disconnecting from the dongle. No, no. Definitely. Okay. Fortunes. We have done fortunes for 3 out of the 5 characters. Only 2 out of the 5 have been delivered thus far, so we'll see if and when you get any of the rest of these. But it's fun to do. It helps me continue to characterize the world and plan plan ideas for characters. So it's good to do either way. But this character and this character, I have not written one for yet. One of these is going to, well, they're both, I mean, fortunes are always kind of hard, right? Because there's a lot of things that you want to work into a good fortune. But one of these is going to be particularly difficult. You can guess who? All right. Let me get out what notes I have. And then I'll start brainstorming. Which one do I want to do next? I think I know. From Grok. Oh boy. Here's a list of 10 common fortune cookie fortunes. Oh, that's definitely what we should use. These are based on general trends and popular phrases often found in fortune cookies. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You will live a long and prosperous life. Good things come to those who wait. Your talents will be recognized and rewarded. Last time you were brainstorming, it cooled you down from the heat, but made a wet mess where you're standing. Ooh, okay, okay. So I just kind of wrote down my initial context thoughts and then started coming up with some rhymes. Was what I was doing over the last couple minutes there, and I think I have a really interesting start so far. I do also have a hangnail. So while I'm marinating on those for just a quick second, I need to run to the other room and grab nail clippers because that's going to drive me crazy and distract me. See, I said it'd be quick. You use the Zodar deck from Elistanta. I don't know. I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds cool. Okay. I have some good rhymes here. I'm a big fan of rhyming in general. I like a good symmetric meter with rhyme, but also I think especially for fortunes, I think it gives an extra kind of feeling of esoteric or esotericism to it. I always struggle with this kind of thing because I get excited about them and it's like, oh, I want to read them out loud, but it's, you know, potentially like really spoilery. I guess I could read the two that we've already read, you know, that we've already shared during sessions. It's kind of a compromise. Okay, now I need to try and I've got a couple lines. I don't like one of them, and I need a better rhyme. Line 4 is bad. And line 5 needs a better rhyming word. Do you like rhymes? I do. I'm scared of where that might be leading though. Give us the last word, and we will give you words that rhyme. Yeah. Sorry. I guess I might not have quite. I might not have done a good job of quantifying. It's not just the rhyme. It's part of the couplet. So it's more like 3 words. It's the second half of a couplet. Ooh, this is good. Oh, okay. Which direction do I want to go with this? I'm looking at line 4 first. Ooh, I have to like read it to myself, but I have to make sure I don't read it out loud. Or I guess I can mute my mic, huh? The last line of this is so good, but sometimes I struggle when I come up with a good rhyme like that I get too anchored to it, you know? Well, hello, Tigums. Gotta love a good algorithm. How you doing? It's a deck of 20 cards that have symbols that represent stuff, like the rogue, loss, or thievery. Oh, so it's like a tarot deck. Okay. I'm not what you Googled. Well, I assumed as much. Thus the algorithm. Use 20 of your extra mountain cards from Magic to actually create a deck with the Oh, that's really fun. I like that a lot. Ooh, test is a good word here. I like that. Can you guess who this is about? Just by the words that I'm saying. I may or may not confirm, but yeah, you can sling a guess at me. I'll decide how I want to respond if I do. Doing okay, getting into bed. We good? Yeah, doing well, thank you. It is unseasonably hot today. I think record high today. 82 degrees Fahrenheit, which is crazy this early in the year. Oh, interesting, Lily. Shallandor. But yeah, doing well. A lot to get done as always going into the subathon, because there's the subathon work itself, and then there's also the work that we need to do before the subathon to get our affairs in order outside of stream. But so far, feeling fairly good about that. Hey, Tarfari, great to see you again. How are you? Thanks so much for coming by. I will tell you, Lily, not Alendite. I'm working on some prophecy, some fortune telling right now for our characters in our D&D campaign. We skipped number 3 here because that fortune sounded more fun to me right now. I've kind of sketched out the general structure of the prophecy, but I'm still working on some of the rhymes. Alendite wouldn't take a fortune anyway. I am gonna write one for him just in case. But yes, I suspect that one may go unused. Legs are really sore right now. Lots of garden work this afternoon. Well, I hope you're feeling accomplished at least, Tig, and that you didn't overdo it. All right. I had 2 main things that I wanted to fix in my rough draft of the prophecy. I did the easier of the 2. Now I have to do the harder one. Got a few things done. Moving a whole patio. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm curious because there's so many terms like garden that are so different between England and here. What does a patio mean to you? From the wording, I'm thinking it's probably quite similar, but... I mean, she may have also done that. How dare you downplay her achievements? You have concrete slabs as a patio. Okay, that didn't directly answer my question, but I think it does contextually. So patio to you is a flat surface in your garden. A flat, hard surface. Yeah, because like for us, garden is related, but very different from how you guys use garden. I'm really struggling with this one. So man, you really want to DM. You're very excited to get to like the mechanic work, like dungeons and burn damage and combat, but the story part sounds tough. Like, what words do you say in between to get there? I think, yeah, exactly, Tig. Whereas for us, a garden is more like a cultivated plant space. Not like a grassy area, but, you know, like you garden tomatoes, you garden flowers, you garden raspberries, like that type of thing. Whereas the yard would be generally how we would refer to the green space. Yeah, exactly. So I was curious if patio would have like a similar, you know, kind of like garden, yarden. Wow. I've done that before too. Kind of like yard or garden. I was curious if maybe patio would have like a parallel but slightly different meaning as well. So Tafari, I guess I'm curious. One, have you made any a Yarden? Have you made any progress? I know you said that your lady was probably going to be playing with you. Do you have any other player prospects yet? As far as the rest of that goes, this is an answer, but it's also kind of useless. Some of that you're going to figure out over time. Some people really enjoy like writing the narrative and then finding mechanics that fit that. Some people work better from a mechanical standpoint and then filling in narrative that leads between those things. Some people really like designing combat encounters or whatever. So it really, I guess the actual actionable advice would be to pick something and start there. And then as you work through that process, you'll start to find kind of what comes to you more naturally. If you're feeling particularly interested in things like dungeon design and whatnot, then I would start with that. And as you build out a dungeon, right, then think about things like, why are there traps here? Who built this dungeon? What are the purpose of traps? What are they protecting? And then you can kind of work backwards and be like, oh, you know, this is an ancient tomb of a long lost civilization, and they built traps because they had a strong belief in the afterlife and they wanted to protect the remains of their dead, you know, like et cetera, et cetera. So if you're feeling really drawn to the mechanical aspect, my advice would be lean into that and then create narrative like from the things that you design. Downstairs neighbors making a backyard. You'll have a nice backyard. I dream of a nice backyard. Yeah, yard or lawn. Good point, T-Bomb. Yeah, lawn is common as well. Okay. That was a good distraction for my rhyming. that gave me an excuse to avoid my rhyming conundrum. So we have like a section that deals with the past, a section that deals with like the immediate. I want something that like leans more towards the future. No, I think I already worked that out. So no, it's a rhyme. It's a rhyme for the present. The rhyme for the presents. You made a start on making a catio. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I would love to do that too. We'll keep cutting the wood ready to assemble. Wait, did Tig say she was leaving? Did I miss a message? Rhyme orange with orange, right? You have a DM question for me. Is more of the map drawn and we just haven't discovered it yet, or have you not yet imagined it? Not sure if you've asked this in the past. Both. Yeah, you're good. You're good. now it's become like when everybody in chat starts wishing the streamer happy birthday when it's not really their birthday. So more of the map is imagined than the one that you guys have, because the one that you guys have is just the like endemic map of the kingdom. So more of the surrounding area is mapped. More of the world is conceived but has not been directly mapped. So like the areas immediately east and northeast and north of Rin are all mapped. There are more areas that are kind of like conceptualized, like, oh, if you go this way for about this amount of time, then you'll find this. But I haven't actually strictly mapped them out yet. And I still don't have a solution for this. I think I might turn to GPT just for some suggestions, because I cannot solve this. I'm happy with 5 out of the 6 lines in our rhyme. Help me. Rhyming words might still help me solve this. What are some things that rhyme, and it can be a little bit of a forced rhyme, with the word graves? Graves. You get no further context. That's just removing a letter. That was 2 rockets. Raves. Laves. Braves. Paves. Okay, I'm going to write a few of these down, see if I can come up with something that works. Oh, saves. For crying out loud. How did I not think of saves? Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. Is Maves even a word? Did you just make up a word? Okay. I like Paves has potential. Braves has potential. Saves obviously has potential. Glaives could be interesting. Something about weapons. Knave. I think knave in the way that you're thinking actually starts with a G, doesn't it? Gnave. Oh my god, I can't type. Before we forget, asked to know if you heard anything. You got the date for the 5th of April. Yes. Sorry, I did actually see that in your Discord, but I appreciate you thinking to remind me as well. Obviously that's going to be a particularly hard time for me to tune in, but I will definitely try. I guess for context, in case you're not aware, the 4th is the start of our subathon, so that's why I say it might be both easier and harder. It's more likely that I will be awake, but also harder for me to watch while I'm also streaming. Engrave, enslave, enclave is interesting too. It's words on stream. Ooh, I may have just had some inspiration from one of these. I'm not gonna say which one. Friend put her subathon on double time and received 600 subs and 20,000 bits. Why would you double the time? Oh god. Dang it, I'm bummed about the timing there. I guess depending on exactly when you're streaming, I might be able to turn you on for a little bit after my shift ends when Pixie shift starts before I go to sleep. I really want to be there for that. That's a huge moment. Okay, hold on. Let me look. All right, let me read this one to myself now. I'm going to mute again. I still want to fiddle with it a little bit, but I think we're close. I think we're close. Yeah, I really like that. I can't quite place it. I'm like 9 out of 10. There's something that just still about the whole rhyme, the whole prophecy, fortune, whatever we want to call it, the just like doesn't quite flow the way that I want. Well, I don't know. Now that I read it to myself again, maybe I do like it. Maybe it's close enough at least that I need to set it down. No, 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 no. I like it. I like it. I like it. I just needed to sit with it for a second. We're done with that one. It's good. Because of course a good fortune needs ambiguity too, right? Can't just give it to him straight up. How are we doing on time? Oh, we still got 20 minutes left. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We've been really productive. Nailed it. No notes. 10 out of 10. Hey, thank you so much, El Carl. Really appreciate you coming by and supporting. It means a lot. Enjoy your food. We'll catch you soon. If you're watching any games tonight, I hope they're good. I'll let you know if I need any more rhymes or anything here in a minute. I need to consolidate my thoughts and my notes again like I did last time. Sorry, this part I have to focus on more. I can't chat quite as much. Would be funny if I forgot to mute. Exactly. There's a lot that I need to weave together in this one. I don't know if it's going to be able to be done in 6 lines. The way that I've been structuring these has been 6 lines. I can't think of all the poetic terminology, but essentially each line is 2 couplets, and each 2 lines ends in a rhyme. I can't think of the name of that meter, but... I like the first 2 lines that I have here. I'm really struggling with what to do with this one, though. Most of the rest of these have come to me fairly easily. There's just a lot to try and pack in this one. I don't remember what I said. Is it T-Bomb? Ooh. Okay. Really, T-Bomb? I think that's a bit of a stretch. I don't think we're gonna get to the Church of Banah stuff today, but if we get this last fortune done, I will feel good about it. We'll finish the Church of Banah stuff next time. Ten minutes left. We're gonna try and speed run this one. I could go a tiny bit over, but not a lot. I could go like 10 minutes over. Ugh, man. I have really good. I don't know why I cannot think of the word that I want, but two-line pairs. I just got to figure out, like, honestly, a few of these gave me chills. I just got to figure out how to combine all this. Oh, that one's so good. One of these, I really like the first line in the pair. I really dislike the second line in the pair. Oh. I think when I finish these, I also am going to need to make some notes for myself so I don't forget what some of these things are referencing. All right. I just had a freaking breakthrough though. This is going better than I expected for this one. Okay, how am I doing? 5 minutes. It's the final countdown. So I ended up being like, so I started this being like, I'd like to do it in 6. Maybe I need to do it in 8. And now instead I'm looking at 8 or 10 lines. I have 2 that serve a similar purpose. So I think I need to pick one set of 2 here. I like this other one so much, though. I feel like I have to use that for something else if I don't use it here. Oh, I guess I sort of have two doubles. But that I think it's okay. I have an idea also for what to do with the one that I cut. Okay, we have one really bad line that I definitely need to replace, and then like it totally ruins the meter. And then I have one word that I need to nitpick at. I don't know if that's going to get done in 3 minutes, but I think it will get done in 13. I said I could go about 10 minutes over if I had to. We're close. Oh wow, that's a banger of a rhyme. I'm using thesaurus here really quickly. Okay. I think this rhyme is okay. I'm gonna take it and put it in there. And see what I think. Let me read this to myself. She had a hat with a Whew. Some of it is definitely the fan blowing cold air on my back, but that is legitimately giving me chills. All right. Not perfect yet. Not perfect yet, but we're close. There's two words. The original one and one new one that I've introduced that I want to pick out a little bit. All right. Oh, this could be good. Okay. That was actually quicker than I expected. That's one of the two solved. This one's not bad. Let me try this. I think I may have done it. Also, I'm coming up on my 10 minutes of overrun here. I think I may have done it. Yep. Nailed it. I love it. I was only supposed to be the victory button, not the applause, but that's fine. I'm going to have to figure out how the heck I'm going to make my notes for this, though. Like physically, how do I make notes for this? I guess I make another copy of the document with the fortunes in it. I think. Yeah, I may have to print them. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do that. And then I want to make a note of that other one because I have the perfect idea of how to use that one rhyme that we ended up pulling out. I want to read these now. I want to share these. Mm-mm. This has also just generally been a fun way to flex my poetry muscles. D&D in general, actually, I really enjoy. I like poetry and I like speeches, both of which were kind of things that I learned about myself through D&D. Oh, I know what I'll need to do. I'll need to use. Does Google Docs have... Can I make notes or whatever? Add a comment. Yes, it does. Okay, cool. I still think I'm going to want to make a copy of this, though. So this is going to be under world building here. We're going to make a copy. Copy. And we're going to rename that to PC Fortunes plus notes. We can close that, open that. This is the last thing we're going to do today. Let's start with the two that I just did. All right, that's the notes done for one of them. The other one. All right, almost done with my notes for the second one. Excellent. I got my thoughts all written out. And my other fortunes are old enough that I either remember my references or don't at this point. So I'm not going to spend time annotating those other fortunes right now. We will do that during another working stream. But this was super productive. I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm really, really happy with the results. One more note, though. I just thought of something that I need to tweak the wording on just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. I'm really happy with this. Woo! Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for giving me inspiration where I was getting stuck, and I'm really, really looking forward to incorporating these fortunes, prophecies into the world and seeing how both our players, their characters, well, really, and all of you interpret them. That's one of the fun things with fortune telling, right? So I am outie for the day. Our next stream on YouTube, like I said, I'm still hoping to do a stream next Wednesday, the 2nd of April, but that is just 2 days before the beginning of our 7th anniversary subathon on twitch.tv/HereThereBeMonsters. So stay tuned for more info on that. I'll make sure to get a schedule posted as soon as I can. I think that's it for news. Thank you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, take care and be excellent to each other.